Weekly Wheaties 2325. Computer speeds. EV charging. Text delay. Hash hidden factors affecting computer and internet speeds. A software engineer by the name of Julio Marino made an interesting blog post after a few of his tweets went viral regarding computing speed over the years. The premise he made is that just because computing specs are getting much more powerful, it doesn't seem to translate into faster computing speed, meaning applications and programs should be opening and functioning much faster than they did years ago, but it doesn't appear like they are. There's a lot to process here and much more going on behind the scenes, but let's take it one thought at a time. First, when looking at the operating system, Windows or Mac OS, each iteration comes with more and more features that take up more and more storage space and generally require more powerful hardware. This is also true with mobile phones. Each version of Android or iOS can do much more, but requires more powerful hardware. When we look at Windows, for example, we can compare the size of the OS over the years. Windows 95 only took up about 20 megabytes. Windows XP grew to 2 gigabytes, and Windows 11 takes up about 20 gigabytes. Note that there are 1,024 megabytes in 1 gigabyte. So from Windows 95 to Windows XP, it didn't just double in size, but exponentially grew. With each version of the OS, the features included require more space. In many instances, the programming language used for these applications are larger in size too. They may include libraries of codes the program needs to pull from too. In some cases, these may be web-based, causing the program to reach out to the web before fully loading. Lastly, images have become higher quality over the years. The 20 megabytes Windows 95 took up is now one picture on your mobile phone. Another thing to consider is built-in delays. Sometimes programmers build in delays for their apps to allow certain necessary pieces of code to run before other pieces of code to run. This may sometimes be disguised as transitions. Notice when you open apps on your desktop or mobile phone, they may float or fade in. Part of these transitions allow the user to have a pleasant experience, because if apps open too quickly, it may feel jarring to the user. These delays also have one more advantage. To a user, if you just made some sort of change to an app or website and it responds too quickly, a user may think, there's no way the change was processed. This delay tells the user the computer is thinking, when in reality it doesn't have to. However, there are other issues with the loading. If a website or app has to pull information from another app or website, this delay may be unwarranted, and it may even be escalated as communication has to flow back and forth. Something a bit interesting is how the internet followed a similar path. When the World Wide Web started, websites were very basic and mostly text. Even Berkshire Hathaway, one of the most wealthy businesses in the world, still has a text-only website, which does load very quickly. However, new programming languages come out or update to allow new features which potentially slow site loading, even though internet speeds are becoming faster. The Adobe Flash Player allowed websites to be very flashy until support ended in 2020. JavaScript is another web and application development language that is still going strong in many circles. The path of web development also from being desktop-centric to mobile first in many cases. Many others, weeklywheaties.com for example, are built to be responsive and match the device being used. It is also built on an even newer programming language called Carbon, which allows very fast loading. Arguably, there are also so many other apps and tools available, some businesses are moving away from websites. Their URL can point to a Linktree-style website or one of their social media pages. All this to say, if an app or website seems to be loading slower than usual, simply closing and reopening it may reestablish the links between the apps and websites again. These apps also cache information that becomes cleared out upon restarting. Another reason restarting your computer or phone once a week or so is helpful. So, have you restarted lately? In case you missed it, ChargePoint and others joined Tesla's NACS. ChargePoint, a major third-party commercial EV charging company, has announced it will adopt Tesla's North American charging standard, NACS. Starting in early 2024, ChargePoint will equip new chargers with the NACS and begin reconfiguring currently available chargers later this year. While ChargePoint offers chargers for purchase from businesses, it also allows consumers to purchase them for home use, as well as installs chargers across the US and Europe for public use. Read more at Electrek. 2 other car manufacturers have decided to adopt the NACS in 2024 as well. Car and driver note Volvo will make an adapter available in the first half of 2024, while Polestar says it will be closer to the middle of 2024. However, it's important to note these are the first manufacturers adopting the NACS from outside the US. Pick of the week, text delay. A few years ago, I stumbled upon text delay, then called later. It does one thing only and does it very well. Essentially, you can compose a very simple text, tweet, or email and schedule it to be sent later. However, it will not send automatically for you unless you pay for the Plus membership, which also sends it from a different number, not yours. Instead, it will pop up as a notification on your phone, and once the notification is clicked, the text, tweet, or email is already composed, and all you would have to do is click Send. A possible issue for some, it will not allow attaching a picture or other file. But if you have a thought late at night or early in the morning and need to text someone, this is a great app that functions as a reminder-type app. On Android, it appears as if Message by Google does something similar. Download it on the App Store.